I went to University at Worcester. I was a very mature student. I started in 2008, and after having to take a bit of time off when my dad died, I finished in 2012. I did film theory with screenwriting, and the screenwriting in particular was a revelation. It was then I realised I can do this and I want to do this. I went on at a whim really. I wanted to do a course, I knew that, and I had my heart set on journalism, God knows why. And I was queuing to speak to the journalist lecturer, and the head of the film course was there, and then I spoke to the head of school about the screenwriting course, and suddenly I was hooked. It was very different. I think if you're a youngster going in, 18 years old, 20 whatever, it's very much a lifestyle you live in. It's where you socialise, you make friends with people you'll be with for the rest of your life. It's all about the learning and the lifestyle as well, and it's also your home. But I had a home in Kidderminster with 5 children, and so I was going in on a daily basis, and I absolutely loved it. I hadn't opened a book in 20 years, and to be learning again was just fantastic. I thought I was too old, but once I started, I just wanted to learn more and more. The enthusiasm of the lecturers is great, it's infectious. I think I would never have written anything in my spare time. I always wanted to be a writer, but didn't know how to go about it. At university, it makes you focus, it makes you write, and it gives you the tools you need. We all think we've got a story in us and we can tell it, but it's not like that. For me, it was easy. Universities love mature students. I think the more mature, the better, because at 18, it's difficult to know what you want, and there is a bit of chopping and changing courses and of dropping out. I dropped out of being a student nurse when I was 18 because it just wasn't right for me. Mature students tend to know what they want, and they focus, they turn up and they get their heads down because they know they haven't got forever. At 18, you've got decades in front of you to play with careers and get it right. And at 40, you haven't got time on your side, so you knuckle down, you focus, and you've got the drive to get it done. No, I had A-levels I'd taken in 1986, oh my gosh, and luckily I had English, which was a big help, and just an informal interview, and then I was in. It was great, an unconditional offer. I think they saw I was keen. They did ask me to do a sample essay, so sent me a question and I did that. And then looking back, it was so ropey, but it did show that I had a basic grasp of essay writing. And then I was in, no pressure, it was lovely. I think I'm using the basics of good storytelling. When the people start to send us their stories, we'll help them to knock them into shape. The content can be amazing, it's going to be very personal to people, but we're going to have every story having the same sort of voice throughout, so it reads easy. I would never have been a writer without going to university. We all know the theory of writing and everyone thinks they've got a story in them. But I would never have done it, never in a million years. I needed to have the discipline of the classroom setting. Even without the importance of the skills that they taught us about structure, storytelling, there's so many aspects to it. I think screenwriting is as much a science as an art. There really is a formula to it, and it shouldn't be knocked, it works, which is why it's there. But I would never have done it on my own. I don't have the motivation. Open university would never work for me in a million years. I get too sidetracked. Going to a place each day, the focus of having work to turn in, to be there for the lectures, and being in the group setting, the enthusiasm of fellow students, the knowledge of the lecturers, that was all hugely important for me. A bunch of A-levels would help, but be enthusiastic, be serious. Do a bit of research on essay writing. If you're asked to do an entry essay, research it and do it well. And if you want to be a writer, read. Read as much as possible. I just loved my time at uni. I loved Worcester University. I'll be forever grateful to them.